Hey, welcome back everybody. Welcome back to my channel, Amuse Jester. My name is Junior. Let's just bring it out. Good things comes to those who wait. As you know from my previous video, I just recently bought the Hulkbuster for $700, which was, even though it was broken and the seller was very honest about it, I was able to repair it to my content. And I still think that I got a really good price for it, for what I got. So I don't know what's going on with the Hot Toys community, specifically in the Iron Man community. I was just going through eBay because, I just got that good deal. Who knows what's going on? Can you believe how much I got these two figures for? Now, on retail, when this first came out, this is the Iron Patriot from Hot Toys die-cast figure, and this is the Iron Man Mark 85, the clean version. Currently, and even when it was released, currently on Sideshow, this is going for $475, and this one's going for $425. I was able to secure the Mark 85 clean version die-cast Hot Toys 1/6 scale from a buyer for $215, including shipping, which I think was like $20 or something like that. And then from a different buyer, I was able to buy from eBay again the Hot Toys Iron Patriot die-cast figure for $250. That's just insane. Even though I'm pretty much done with the Hot Toys Iron Man, and I knew this was gonna be out of scale to the rest of my Hot Toys Iron Man collection. What are you gonna do when you're presented with an option like that? There was no way I was gonna buy these figures for the original price of over $400 each. There's no way. However much improvements they did for these figures, and however much I like these particular designs, I'm not gonna pay $400 for these. I might have been tempted at $300 when they first got released, but even then, back then I knew that my limit for Hot Toys was around $250, unless they're big like the Hulkbuster, in which case I make an exception. So getting this for $215, this one for $250, that's just amazing. By the way, I forgot, this Iron Patriot $250 figure came as the seller offered with this, no box. But what is it, you ask? Can you kind of tell over there? This is the MMS 548 figure of Rocket. How much did I pay for this? I didn't. It basically came with Iron Patriot. And it's complete. It's got all the accessories and everything. It didn't have the box. That's all it didn't have. I'm like, what? Are you sure? But yep, that's exactly what came with it. So I think this figure was around 150 or something like that. I don't know, something ridiculous, overpriced, I say. But for 250, giving me an Iron Patriot diecast and this Rocket figure, I don't even want this Rocket figure because I don't have any Guardians of the Galaxy figures on my 1/6 scale Hot Toys. I was completely out by Hot Toys, but then. So having one figure from the Guardians of the Galaxy, that just kind of like, I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but I'm just going to pose it, I guess, on the shoulder of Iron Patriot. So this is not going to be a review, but I do want to look at the figures out of the box, just to see what it's like. I can't believe I had to take these guys out of their places again after just putting this whole collection back. And but I wanted to show you the comparison between the Mark III, the very original Mark III, and the new Mark 85. As I feared, it is extremely much more taller than their previous 1/6 scale figure. Come on, Hot Toys, what kind of bull is that? It's just, the thing of it is that bigger doesn't necessarily mean it's better. You could have just as easily have stuck to this scale rather than having to kind of force your customers to reordering their entire collection again just to get this one. Now, is there a lot of improvement from this version to that? Yes. Yes, there is. And I don't know, I don't have the Mark III, the new version, and I don't intend to get it unless, of course, it goes down to $200. Maybe. I don't know. I'm still kind of happy with this one, with the representation, even though it's getting the pink panty syndrome and everything. Now, I still have to say it is beautiful to look at. This when this first came out, I was tempted with the one from Avengers: Age of Ultron, but it was already expensive at that point. But seeing this, when I saw this advertised, I was tempted. God, I was tempted. I said to myself, man, if it was like 330, 350, I know it's expensive. It is die-cast, but I just love that design. Lo and behold, it was going for 425, and I said, nope, I'm not that crazy. And then here it is. A few years later on, it's $215. How can I say no to that when it's way below what I would have paid for initially when I was tempted to 300? The the paint job is beautiful. It's heavy. It's really heavy. It's heavy to the point that you would think everything here is die cast. It's not. I mean, it seems to be there's a lot of weight going on the lower body. One of the things that impressed me is when you move this bicep, there's literally a mechanism that moves this out of the way so you can get more articulation on this hinge. Now, obviously, it breaks the sculpt. It's kind of ugly, but you do need to admire the fact that they put that in, and I don't know how they did it. There's got to be a spring in there somewhere, and I'm like afraid. Oh, there's a spring somewhere in here or a hinge. I'm afraid that might break off somewhere down the line if it falls down the shelves by its weight alone. And then while I was looking at the reviews in this one, catching up on it, one of the things that does tend to happen is that if you're not careful, because this hinges down the shoulder, if you're not careful, you might end up catching this shoulder plate onto this. So you want to make sure that when you're moving it, you move it up out of the way. Yeah, really, really impressed. I think this might actually, I'm not sure if this might be the actual first one in my collection that has these plastic hinges to move these things out of the way. I still haven't played with it that much. The funny thing is, I'm really happy with it's just standing still. I'm still, the way I'm collecting them, I'm more in awe of the fact that they're standing as a collection. I apologize for this, but that's the only one I have right now. And his ankles are kind of loose to the point I'm afraid he might topple over. He's pure plastic. Honestly, I would prefer it being just plastic and plastic rather than die cast. This thing falls off my shelf. I'm so afraid it will just like splatter and shatter and everything. Let me move this out of the way. So here is the first Iron Patriot, which I just watched, Iron Man 3. I'm going to tell you right now, don't watch the movies, Endgame, Avengers Endgame, any of the Iron Man, and all that stuff that you feel is good, and be on hand at your computer with eBay at your fingertips. Because you ever see a good deal, there's almost like no stopping to the amount of purchases that you're gonna buy. Let me hold him up with the original War Machine, which I love because of its bulkiness. And I know the War Machine, there was a newer War Machine on Age of Ultron. There's a newer War Machine on Endgame, but I never really liked that design. It felt too slim for me. I really like the bulkiness of the War Machine. One of the things I did not like with the Iron Patriot was it's slimmed down compared to the War Machine. And I love the colors of the Iron Patriot, don't get me wrong, but it just seems so much more slimmer when compared to the War Machine, that I still prefer the War Machine design more than the Iron Patriot. That's why I would never buy the War Machine on this body. Oh my god, guys, look at this. Look at. So I get the color scheme that I want for Iron Patriot, which I feel is a completely different character than War Machine. I know same guy in the suit, but I don't know. I don't know. Iron Patriot just seems so much more better for me. But then you have the bulkiness, much more bulkier than the original War Machine. This thing is a beast. Look at this guy. Ooh, he almost fell down and toppled over. Look at this guy. Holy crap. $250. I cannot believe I got this for $250. Everything's complete. All the accessories are there. I tested the ratchets. I tested all the joints. Everything's working. I haven't tested the lights, which I would be very happy if it's working. I'll be okay if it's not. And I haven't even taken out the accessories. I just got this. I haven't even messed around with this too much, but I don't know. The video is basically just me being very happy getting these guys. So what else am I looking for? I'm not looking for every armor of Iron Man, even if it goes down. I saw bones for 160. I'm really tempted to get that, and it's probably gone by now. But I was, when I saw the Hulkbuster, one of the things that I was interested in getting was the Mark 85 and the Iron Patriot, which I knew at the time I would never ever be able to get. And then a few days later I saw for 215 and 250. I'm like, holy crap. But when I was looking at the Hulkbuster, the most I could hope for was maybe getting, or considering, was maybe getting Igor and Bones, because Bones I knew is an off character. I like the design, didn't have a lot of screen time, maybe not the fan favorite, so I knew there was a chance I might be able to get it for 150. And I was already out of Hot Toys Iron Man, even getting Hulkbuster. So spending on a Hot Toys Iron Man figure, my limit was around 150-ish. And then for the Igor, I can't remember, you guys. I'll have to check on my video, but I think I said maybe I'll spend 300 on Igor, 250 on Igor. But then I saw how big it is. It's actually much bigger, a little bit more bigger than Ironmonger. Yeah. So guys, I got Igor Hot Toys. Well, I don't have it here yet, as you can see, but I did win a bid, and I really, really hope the seller goes through with it. He hasn't shipped it yet, and I won the bid 3 days ago, but it's still within the time frame of what he said. How much did you guys think I got Igor for? Igor is currently going for over 540, or it went on retail for 540 or 510. No, 509. I got it for $296. $296. Slightly below 300. My initial bid was, I think my initial bid was 250, and I said 250. I'm not gonna go over 250. But then I kind of got nervous, and I started thinking, okay, let's be serious here, Junior. How much are you really willing to fork over for Igor Hot Toys? 1/6 scale, guys. And my final bid was, I believe, either 301 or 310, but I want it for 296. Plus shipping, of course. So I think it's gonna go up to 326 or something like that, or 346. But oh my god. So now what else is left? I'm not gonna get Bones anymore. The only reason I was contemplating Bones was that was the closest one that I can get that's unique in the armor design, that's cheap enough. But I already Mark 85 was something I never thought I would get, and I really wanted it, and the Iron Patriot as well too. I didn't really want it, but if I was gonna get another War Machine, it would have been the Iron Patriot, not the War Machine gray version. So what else? What else could really, 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 really tempt me? Well, it wasn't a big must, but I was just looking through eBay, and I just wanted the movie masterpieces from Hot Toys. This one is not. This I got Captain Carter, the 1/6 1/6 scale. I figured she'd go well with my Hydra Stomper, but more importantly, I wanted her to be with Captain America because we did have Captain Carter live on Doctor Strange Multiverse Madness. And I'm looking into maybe replacing the head with a more realistic version. I think Justin in Justin's collection kind of showed how it looks. But why would I be tempted to buy Captain Carter? Well, wouldn't you be for $106? $106 for Captain Carter. That's a no-brainer for me. So if every Hot Toys was available for me to purchase for $110 or anything below 150, I would be buying them left and right, to be honest. For that price, the value is extremely high when it comes to Hot Toys products. Um, yeah, so the only thing I'm looking for right now, I swear, the only thing, because I wasn't looking for Captain Carter, but the only thing I'm looking for right now, Age of Ultron, Ultron Prime. I mean, Avengers: Age of Ultron is just a great movie, and um, the actor whose name escapes me, James Spader. God, that guy's voice is silky as hell. The attitude that he brings to Ultron humanizes it so much, and the nuances of how of his performance that leaks through the animation that was done by those guys of the in the movie industry is just amazing. And yeah, unfortunately, those aren't going down in prices. That's still at 400. I still don't understand why these two are 200. But yeah, that's it. That's it. I'm not gonna show off how it looks like. I'll probably show it off again once Igor comes in. Once Captain Carter comes in, kind of like a haul. I'll bring out Hulkbuster again because I love that figure. So expect another video of Hot Toys stuff soon. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you're happy for my fortunate accidental purchase or seeing these figures. And I hope you guys experience the same kind of deal that I was able to get from these figures in your own venturing of finding figures and deals. So thank you and have a good night.